Hi, welcome to the very first podcast of Hailey Nisbet, a podcast that makes more sense. Obviously, my name is Hailey, and I like to knit, read, cross stitch, garden, bake. So I like to do, quite a few different things, like probably most people like to do. Yeah, so I live in Tennessee, if I didn't mention that already. I decided to make a podcast because I like watching other people make podcasts. And I thought, why not? I'll start my own. It'll be cool. It'll be fun. So yeah, that's what I decided to do. But anyways, where to start? So I did buy Crazy Sock Lady's Rhineback Roomy sock design, and also bought her the 9-inch circular in particular pattern for her vanilla socks, just because that's the way I was working on, and I didn't want to have to refer to the video as much. I mean, I can go off of what the original video says or pattern, because I have the 9-inch on Magic Loop pattern. I already bought it from a while back, but thought I'd buy the pattern too, because why not? So yeah, those are the only super recent acquisitions, I guess, if you consider a pattern an acquisition. Yeah, so that is all of that. I guess I'll show you, I don't know if it's considered my oldest whip that I have right now. I probably have more whips, but these are the most important whips. I have 4 whips currently in total. I'm sure I probably have more, so we'll just start with what we have now. Sorry for the weird lighting too. Had the light on up here, but then it was too bright, and the light over there is coming over this way, so half of me is dark. It is what it is. We're working with it. And then the window in the back, it's besides the point. We're figuring it out as we go along. So, whip off show. This is my first toe up sock that I've ever done. This is with Paton'a Kroy FX socks, I think. I don't know what the color name is, but that's what this is at Hobby Lobby or something like that. And yeah, so it's my first toe up sock. I'm pretty excited. I've only done it on my 9-inch circular needles. Well, I started on a Magic Loop, and then I transferred over to the 9-inch circulars. I remember now, because I was like, wait, that's impossible to do your toe on 9-inch circular. But anyways, so I've worked on these, and I don't know why I slowed down on them. I think it's because, so why I haven't started doing toe up socks is because there's literally, in my personal opinion, there's really not any tutorials out there on how to do toe up socks, or at least in the way that I want them to do it, because there's a lot of tutorials that people do toe up socks with using like an afterthought heel or something like that. I don't want to make a whole tube and then pick up stitches and cut yarn and put it in my heel. At this point in my knitting, like in my knitting life, it really stresses me out to think that I have to, after I finish getting done, I have to carefully pick up the stitches and then cut the yarn and then, like knit it in the heel. Like that just, I don't know why that stresses me out, but it does. So I finished, and this went really fast. I worked, surprisingly, the toe up socks, I knit this in like a day or two, which is really fast for me. And I think I'm on the heel turn. I should have wrote it down because I don't remember where I'm at now, and I have no clue. But I did watch like 2 different, I watched Nitty Natty's tutorial for a second there, and then I watched a different video to get the gist of it, because it wasn't the most clear video, like Nitty Natty's wasn't. So I watched a different video. It helped. I can't remember what the name was. The pattern that I'm going between though is, sorry, I'm looking at my notes over here, is the Fast and Easy Socks by Barbara Wallawucko, also known as Knitting I Love, and then another pattern called Vanilla Sock with Gusset and Choice of Heel by Joe Tor. So I'm kind of going back and forth between those two patterns, because the first pattern I'm using for the heel, and then the second pattern I'm using the majority of their numbers, because the second pattern has the afterthought heel. I think that's like the only heel it gives, or something like that. I don't really remember. But so that's taking a back burner. I really should pick it up because I knit it so fast. It went extremely a lot faster than I thought it would. Guess I'll show you my other sock. So I started knitting this a while back, and then I got out of the like swing of things. So I took a break because I was getting mad at myself about the heel turn. I was knitting on the heel turn, and I thought I was done with it, and then I counted. I was like, no, I'm not done. You're not even close, Hailey. You still have like twice as much to go. So I put it aside. I was like, why did I do that? I don't remember what this color name is, but I absolutely love it. Like, I wish it would focus on it. I don't know. It's not going to, but with my face in the background. I guess. I don't know. But, yeah, so I love this color. It reminds me of a rubber band for some reason. I don't know why. But the brand, which I grabbed one of the skeins because I really like these colors, it's the Living Dreams yarn. I got it off of Amazon. It's 80% superwash merino and 20% nylon. It's 8-ply fingering yarn. Don't know what the color name, but this is the brand. And I got a blue sock for future knitting, but I just grabbed that for the brand so I could tell you where it was from. But this is cuff down socks, 9-inch circular needles, vanilla sock pattern by this crazy sock lady. So turning my heel makes me really angry. I don't know why I have so many holes on this side, but I'm gonna persevere. It's fine. I don't know what I did, but there's a lot of holes in my heel turn, and it's fine. I'm on the gussets part now, and so I'm working on that. I mean, they're still really nice, and I knit the cuff way too long because I thought I was gonna do a full like 60 stitches for the leg, but then I decided against it. And yeah, so I've knit on that quite a bit today. I actually gone pretty far because I was only halfway done with my heel turn, and I finished it, and I'm on the gusset, and we're just cruising along. I'm hoping maybe I get to finish this today or get really close. Maybe I'll be able to knit almost all the way up to the toe. I do like using 9-inch circular needles. I feel like I go faster. I'm like all over the place, I'm sorry. But yeah, so 9-inch circular needles totally go faster on these, in my opinion. I feel like, it's a lot less moving around the yarn. And the magic loop for the socks, because that's how I did my first two socks. Well, my first pair of socks, because I made a pair. I did it on magic loop. And I think it slowed me down with having to reposition the yarn so much, and then having to refix the needles and then start knitting again. This, you just like, you barely have to move the yarn and you're already set to keep just knitting along. So it makes the knitting a lot faster if I just hunker down and actually do it. And both of those needles are on Chow. That one's like just the fixed. My cuff down sock is on my fixed 9-inch circular needle, and then the other one is on my like red lace little sock. I mean, I guess it's not a sock kit, but a little mini set of Chow needles, which those are really handy, so I have those. Goodness, sorry, I'm gonna hit the hiccups. Moving on to my bigger projects. I am sorry, but I bought this bag off of my sister's Etsy account. And it was quite a while ago. It was probably about a year, I would say. I don't know how long ago it was actually. But anyways, I bought this bag off of Etsy. I wish I could credit the seller because this is the only knitting bag I have. And my brain hasn't been smart enough to figure out how to make my own bag yet. So, I haven't made my own bags yet, but I do thoroughly enjoy this bag. Put all my knitting stuff. It's just a zippered bag that has a handle. No pockets on the inside. It's just an open bag. But I have two bigger projects. My older of the two projects, I'll show that to you first. This is the Baubles shawl, I guess. It's just called Baubles by Andrea Renee Knits, or Drea Renee Knits. Butchering people's names. By Andrea Mowry. There we go. It's this cute little shawl pattern. And it's been kind of discouraging because it's had a lot of things that are new to me knitting wise, and I haven't been the best knitter at it. So it's been kind of stressful because I've messed up quite a bit and I haven't ripped it back any. I feel like, I don't know. I barely know what I'm doing, so it's kind of one of those things that I'm just like, I've messed up. It's fine. We're just going to continue on and finish it. So far I've done like section 1 and I've done section 2. See, and you can see where I've messed up, but it's not too bad. So like that was the first time I've done stripes, like done 2 different colors in a pattern. And then brioche this was my first time doing brioche. And really, honestly, if you're looking at it, it's not too terrible for the most part. Most of it I did pretty good. Like the gray for the most part, I did really good. But I've messed up some, and then I'm in the third part of the pattern right now, which is the kind of lace section. And I've messed up a few in that, but I am powering through, sorta. It's always, I don't know what it is, but I always kind of dread working on this until I actually pick it up and I start doing it. I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. Why don't I knit on this more? I feel like that's a common issue that a lot of people have. They're like, why don't I just knit on this more? What is my problem? I don't even know. But so that one I think has 3 different colors in it. So the gray is, I don't remember the colorway name, but it's from Miss Babs yarn. This is one of the yarns I got over at Bliss Yarns when I went. I think that's what their name is. But that is that color. And then the orange color, I don't remember what the color name of that one is either. But it's from Holly Press Fibers. And my third color is going to be this green to go with those other colors. But all the yarn I think is in the 75% superwash merino and 25% nylon. Yeah, so this will be my third color. So that's that. Since I really haven't knitted a sweater before, the last project, my newest work in progress, hopefully I'll be cruising along on this sometime soon because I want to finish it before the actual end of summer. I guess this would be okay fall wear too, like really, if I'm thinking about it. But it is the Spring Sorrel Crop by Wool & Pine, I believe. Yep, from Wool & Pine. It's so cute. I just like the details, and I like that it's a short sleeve kind of crop situation, and it's got like the high neckline. I like that too. So far, I've finished the ribbing, and just cruising along on it. It looks good on if I have my longer my longer cord on, I would put it on for you and show you what it looks like. Showed my sister the other day. She was very impressed. I wanted to start it because I bought the pattern and I was like, well, I want to start this. I want to start this sometime soon. And yeah, so had the pattern. I was ready to knit on it. I was like, I don't want to wait. I don't want to drive because this uses DK weight yarn. And I was like, I don't want to drive to, you know, over an hour away to a yarn store. I was like, I don't want to do that. And then I went to Hobby Lobby and I bought some yarn that said it was DK weight. Absolutely not DK weight. Not even close. Long story short, I did a test swatch with that because I've only knit with fingering weight yarn, and I never knew like what the difference between the fingering, like I knew DK was obviously bigger than fingering, but I didn't know how big it was or like what to gauge it off of. So I did a test swatch with the Hobby Lobby yarn. Absolutely off, so off from what the swatch should be. Which one good thing, while I'm thinking about it, about Wool and Pine is their pattern is very easy to read, and then it also has their videos that go along with it. So their videos are really helpful with how to knit the pattern and, you know, like the steps you should take when you're knitting it. So it's pretty A1. It's a good pattern. I don't think I've messed up yet, and it's going pretty good. I'm slow at working on it, and I should work on it more. I should work on all my projects more than just scrolling on my phone. It's such a bad problem that I wish I need to just delete the apps. That's what I need to do, because I waste time. I waste all my time with that. But I'm knitting the pattern in. My spring sorrel crop is from a chick that knits. She has an Etsy shop. This is her DK, merino DK. So it's 100% superwash merino wool. And the color Sage. I bought 3 of these in total, I think. So I would have enough color. And I'm not alternating skeins because I'm honestly not too worried about color pulling. Well, I mean, if it happens, it'll be fine. Because really, the colors don't, like, I mean, they vary some. Like, it's a little bit lighter in some places and a little darker. Obviously, that's what it means. But it's not that much where I can actually notice it. And I think it'll look cool in the you know, top. So I don't want to alternate skeins. I'm not worried about it. Especially for my first one. I'm not trying to add to, you know, doing a row and then using the other and then doing a row. Like, I'm not about that life yet. So a chick that knits, she has fantastic sales. I got this skein for like, was it 18 or 16 bucks? It was under $20 for a skein, and I thought that was a great deal. I think I spent like $60 in total for all 3 skeins. Have nice deals like that going on her shop, where her yarn is like 50% off of the usual price. But yeah, so I mean, I really think that wraps up for today's episode. It was really nice, you know, just sitting down and talking to myself. Hopefully people will watch though, so I'm not talking to myself, I'm talking to other people. So that would be neat, you know, neat to do, neat to see. I'll try to do this every time, like every week, or maybe a little bit longer than that. Of course, depending on how much progress I've made on a project, or if I've started. I went shopping and I got some cool stuff, because end of July, my birthday's in August. It's the middle of August, August 10th. So maybe I'll go yarn shopping for my birthday. And maybe I'll show you my stash of nice yarn that I have, and maybe some future projects that I plan that I want to do. Yeah, maybe I'll show you the projects that I've finished in my knitting life so far. I guess that wraps it up for knitting stuff, but there will be more next time. It was a pleasure talking to you all. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you come back. I hope you watch more. I hope you comment, because that would be nice to see. I don't know. I hope the best for you. Anyways, have a fantastic day.